This free video is brought to you by the Team Topologies Academy. Our goal is to help organizations become more effective and more humane. If you find this video helpful, we would love for you to check out and recommend our Academy content.
At some point, as the internal platform grows, its offerings might reach dozens of services and possibly hundreds of features. Likely there will be multiple teams working inside the platform at this point. That begs the question of how consistent should those services be in terms of design and user interactions? And if there are multiple platforms, how consistent should those be? Consistency across services is important because it reduces the mental effort required from users to alternate between those services. When the service layout, service actions, or workflows are markedly different, the onus lies on the user to acknowledge the differences and make a mental context switch. Curiously, Amazon Web Services, AWS, has been criticized at times for the lack of consistency in interactions across AWS services, both via the AWS console and the service APIs. Even basic differences like one service using list as the command for listing repositories, while another service uses describe to list repositories. This sort of dissonance leads to user mistakes and increased cognitive load, which will add up over time. Sam Newman, author of the book Building Microservices, has a good explanation why. He says, by having product teams work more in isolation and reducing to a minimum the need for different streams of product development to coordinate with each other, each product team can go faster. This lack of coordination, though, can result in a disjointed user experience, as different teams can make different choices about how to solve the same problems. What we are saying is that supporting independent services and teams, especially inside the same platform, doesn't need to come with a burden for the platform customers to sort out all the ways in which the services they use behave differently. It's not one thing or the other. In the interest of reducing cognitive load, platform teams need a shared set of design and interaction principles across platform services. Agreeing to follow good industry recommendations and usability principles, like the ones we discussed previously in this section, can go a long way to reducing obvious mismatches in usability across services. Furthermore, sharing some design artifacts, logos, icons, fonts, branding, etc., and some template web pages can help maintain a coherent look and feel across documentation and web pages for different services, even when a common platform portal does not exist, although it would be wise to consider having one. We're not advocating for 100% consistency, as this could devolve into platform teams blocking each other. But we do need to avoid obvious mismatches and gaps in the interfaces from the perspective of the user consuming multiple platform services. And if the platform is large enough, it might be worth considering having a small UX enabling team that can raise awareness and understanding around usability and interaction design across platform teams, naturally helping address consistency. In many organizations, lunchtime talks or even internal communities of practice can be good places for peers to share their UX approaches. Sharing can and should happen across teams working in different platforms, if that's the situation. We likely want to keep those different platforms loosely coupled, and that might mean more differences in the user experience. But the user already switches context when moving from one platform, let's say around cloud infrastructure, to another, for example, consumer data, as per the Uswitch case study. In short, strong consistency and shared UX principles across services within the same platform helps reduce cognitive load for users. Across different platforms, we don't expect deep consistency, but we do expect a shared understanding of each platform's design and usability decisions.